Yo! Here we are, Boruto Manga Chapter 76. Well, on everyone, Sanjuchi here, late to the party, I know, but it's been a long day at work, to say the least. Let's turn this music down just a bit. And yeah, I think we are good to go. I think everything's looking good. How is everyone doing tonight? We already have the chapter up here, so no wasting time for the most part. Alright. Probably can't leave the music out there. Alright, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So Boruto Chapter 76, A Girl's Sanctuary. Oh boy. Can just imagine what this chapter is going to be about. Oh boy. Alright, let's get into it. Nice cover with Eida here. Still no conversion here in terms of them saying it's written by Kishimoto, but hey, I guess we continue to believe that's the case. Alright, so we have Boruto here. Last time we kind of left off with him getting a glimpse of the future. So what was that? What was that scene I just saw? Even if in fragments, it seems you were able to see the same tableau. Is that how it's pronounced? That I did, but whatever. But none of those visions were familiar. Does that mean they're all events happening in the future? Those blue eyes shall eventually take everything from you. I think I understand. In order to bring your daughter Akibi back, Karma's reincarnation jutsu was absolutely necessary. So you tweak Kawaki's karma to make it possible. Is that right? Yes. Sorry to bother you again, Eida, but what kind of person was the original Akibi? For example, is there any chance that she might be dangerous and have hostile intentions towards Konoha? Yeah, Shikamaru asking the right questions here. A strange question to ask me, but from what I can tell, she was just an ordinary girl. At the very least, she was nothing at all like Delta. I see. Hey now, did you think I was trying to topple the shinobi world? I don't know how I appear to all of you, but I'm just a regular citizen. I'm not even a shinobi. This might sound weird, but to be honest, this reveal was quite anticlimactic to me. Though, as a parent myself, I do get where you're coming from. Either way, this is a private matter between Amado and Kawaki, and since it won't endanger the village, I don't intend to interfere. But why do you keep this to yourself? Because it was none of your business. What could any of you have done to help me, Lord Okage? I simply wanted to push things along carefully, especially since Kawaki loads karma. I've hated karma, that's for sure. I only ever thought about getting rid of it, because I considered it the main cause of all the crappy stuff that had happened to me. But I was wrong. Ooh, is this growth? Growth in Kawaki? The true cause was those damn Otsutsuki who embedded the karma in me. If it weren't for them, I probably wouldn't have ended up as the punching bag of these monsters with crazy abilities either. And most of all, Lord Seven's life wouldn't have been threatened. Just answer one question, Amado. This daughter that you plan to resurrect with my karma, you swear that she won't turn into some new Otsutsuki? Question of the century. To be absolutely frank, I really don't know how it will turn out since there's no precedent. The only thing that's certain is that this is my final option. Mr. Amado. Hey, Shika dear. I'm tired. Can we call it a day? Huh? Well, I and the others did just arrive at Konoha earlier today. Good point. Sorry to have prioritized our needs over yours. It's okay. We need to adapt to our new life quickly too. Let's talk again tomorrow. Is Amara really crying, dog? Like, or is he just putting on an act? Yo, Kawaki just suspicious of the Mondom. Alright. Boruto in some sleep. They shall eventually take everything from you. Alright. Eida up. Kawaki. Chilling. It's kind of awkward to ask this, but if Otsutsuki are who you want to date, then I'm a potential match too, right? So I pick such a lousy grouch like Kawaki. Yo, Unravel Ghoul. Yo, I wouldn't be surprised that Amada's like, yo, I got him. You see me? Oh. Have you ever looked in a mirror? Don't make me state this sad truth, man. Hey, I wasn't asking you. Ugh, damn it, that was close. I almost thought about killing that brat. Of course, you're wonderful too, Boruto. But look, you're only 12 and I'm 16 already. Fair enough. What? That's it? Shouldn't age not matter? Boruto, come on, bro. That's why I told you it was your looks. You're so dense. I'm gonna slut, I mean. Hey, you were in a partnership with Koda until recently, right? You used him in order to get near me? Oh shit. He hates me to death. Plus I'm Ten Tails' father, and yet he said he would never go after me. In deference to you, okay? You sold Boruto out to Code, didn't you? In exchange for my safety. Cause an alliance between you and Code would never hold up without such an agreement. Well, Eida. He said my name. Oh my gosh. I'm like super happy. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, Boruto has the right idea, bro. Your face says I'm right. Wow, Kawaki, you've got brains, you bastard, despite your looks. So you don't care about me because I'm just Ten Tails' father. Give me a break. Just as I thought, tongue twisted here. Just as I thought, the only people who ever want something from me are generally all scum. Hey, you better stop talking back. Want me to make you hurl everything you just ate? Hold on, both of you. I think I've got the most right to be pissed. Alright. So Eida setting the record straight. There aren't enough girls here. I can't express myself properly like this. Huh? Sarada is nearby, isn't she? Call her over. Kake too. Kake? Kake Sumire. Her too. Summon them right now. So that's the deal. Well, in that case, I guess I gotta go. Oh yeah, this is worrisome. Maybe I should go too. Not you. Like me, you're too susceptible to her charm. You're on standby with me. Eida asked for me? But why? I don't know, but she named you specifically. Can you do it, class rep? I'll give it my best. Oh no, I can't let you go alone. You stay here, Delta. If you tag along, I'll put you to sleep again. You meanie. Yo, it's basically keeping up with the Uzumakis, essentially. I swear to keep a better eye on her this time. Sarada. Shikadai, I'll come too, since I wasn't affected by her charm like Inajin and Chocho. I already have my dad's permission. Thanks. What a relief. Alright. He's affected already. Talk about useless. I'm sorry, Shikadai. It's nice to meet you, but would you mind going home? Sure, no problem. I wasn't planning on staying anyway. Then why did you even come? Why? So was it just that he hadn't gotten a good enough look at her yesterday? This is bad. At this rate, class rep and I will also. Sorry, Sarada. Good luck. Alright. Thank you for coming, Sarada and Sumire. Try as hard as possible not to look her straight in the eye. Will you come with me? Let's talk somewhere away from the boys. Alright. Yo, this is literally keeping up with the Uzumaki's, dog. Basically, this might as well be a sitcom. Will they be okay? If she tries anything shady, we just take her out. That's what we're here for to begin with. That's my line, Kawaki. You understand the situation, right? Quit getting riled up, both of you. I don't think Eida wants any of us fighting. Alright. Nah, what am I reading? I just can't when he's right in front of me. I get all strange and freeze up. I can't even look him straight in the face. And yet, this reaction also makes me a little happy. because no one else in the world can make my heart race like this. I feel like it's true love. It's ridiculous. This girl, is this really all she thinks about? It's almost kind of stupid. Sarada, come on, come on. What do you think, Sarada? Yeah, this is gonna be so fun when it's animated. Yeah, for sure, I totally get it. I think it happens to everyone when they find true. What an incredible force. It's overwhelming. You know, probably Sumire would be better for this. May I call you Eida? Of course, Sumire. That'd make me happy. Thanks. So what is it that you like about Kawaki? Let's see. That he's an Otsutsuki who won't be swayed by my abilities is a given, but to be absolutely honest, I really don't know myself. Why my chest gets all tight just thinking about him. And Sarada. Class rep? What's up? Listen to me calmly. Don't show any reaction. It's just a hunch, but are you not affected by Eida's charm, Sarada? Oh, I hadn't noticed at all because I was so tense, but I might actually be fine. I'm not captivated by her, am I right? You see, Sarada, for whatever reason, I seem to be unaffected too. But how? What's going on? Why are the two of us okay? Stay calm, Sarada. Don't get flustered. Listen, if Eida finds out about this, it'll likely be bad. Huh? What about you, Sarada? What do you mean? You know, what do you think about Boruto? Huh? Boruto? Wait! Kyle! We here! Going through this latest Boruto chapter, essentially. Boruto? Pretend like you're her captive. Don't let her catch on. Why would it be bad? Think about it. Those who become Eida's captives can't even think about attacking her. But the two of us would actually be able to attack her. In short, there's a high probability that Eida would deem us security risk. Sarada, are you not feeling well? Huh? Oh, no, I'm fine. I just can't get my heart to stop pounding. Sigh, I really hate this cursed ability. Thanks to it, I can't have an ordinary boyfriend. I can't even hope for ordinary friends. Team E, you're late reporting in. What the heck is Nishi doing? Mr. Shikamaru. Sorry, hold on a minute. Is that you, Sumire? What is it? So that's how it's gonna be. In which case, take that. Man, my game. What was that move? Not fair. You're way too young to ever hope to win against me in Pokenin. What? Man, am I running Pokemon? Yo, Unravel, you have the right idea. Right, OST. You're saying you're not Eida's captives, Sumire, and neither is Sarada? So I would want to say women aren't affected, but considering that Delta got affected, so it's like that's how it appears, though I have absolutely no idea why. Does Eida know? No, she doesn't seem to have noticed yet. Listen, make sure you're not found out, especially by Damon. If her charm doesn't work on you, it means it's possible for you to kill Eida. You get what I'm saying? If they catch on, your lives will be maybe in danger. Yes, and I've already told Sarada this. Have you spoken to Boruto and Kawaki? No, not yet. It's better if you don't tell anyone else who knows who could accidentally leak it. Alright, Eida, I don't dare hope to be your number one. I know that it's not possible, and I'm no Otsutsuki. So, how about we just be ordinary friends? Listen, Damon is continuously watching Boruto and Kawaki, but you two are different. You both can get close to Eida without raising the alarm and catch her by surprise. Putting aside the issue of what to do about Damon, if in the future Konoha were to determine that Eida is an enemy that wants to bring her down, may very well be you two. You know, that's it. I like the setup they're going for because it kind of helps for characters outside of, like, say, Boruto, Kawaki, Sasuke, Naruto, to potentially get some spotlight. But at the same time, with them being this whole, you know, trying to quote-unquote form this sort of friendship with her, quote-unquote, it might set up some nice, I would say, emotional tension, it's setting for a strained friendship, and it would be interesting to see where it would go when it comes on to the girls, and if it can genuinely transform into true friendship. But I guess we'll see. I have it now. The identity of her charm's power. Not you again. What did you just say? Do not concern yourself. Our thoughts merely crossed over again. Think of it like I was just talking to myself. That all depends on the details. So what about her charm's power? Bastard, you're gonna blank out your mind and stop thinking about anything. I won't let you. Hey, Boruto. That look on your face. Who are you talking to? Huh? You. You're there, aren't you? Quit skulking around and come on out. Otsutsuki, Momoshiki. Shit, I didn't just edit yourself. Come on, bro. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. All in all, I would say honestly, it kind of feels like most Boruto chapters are kind of solid anyway. Hold on. So next time on Boruto Z. But yeah, I thought it was a solid chapter for the most part. I feel like I say that every month. Cliffhangers, man, Taylor Brother. I like that, you know, at least we know that the glimpse of the future that Boruto saw was connected to Momoshiki's prophecy, but it's actually nice for Boruto to actually like visually reflect on it for us, the audience, to see. Definitely like that. It kind of feels like the breadcrumbs and the suspense when it comes on to a model continues despite there being so much information being revealed at this point regarding his intentions. It's ridiculous, honestly. Honestly, like the man is hiding so much, but at the same time it's like I don't know what to think, man, because like we were saying, this man might just be like having his hand on his face like I got him you know. So it's interesting, but there is the matter of uncertainty regarding his daughter Akibi's revival, which, you know, kind of sets up potential disaster coming in the future, because as Kawaki, who's asking in this chapter like, yo, are you sure like some Otsutsuki won't be revived? And he's like, yo, I'm not sure, fam, we've never done this before. So that might be a bit of subtle foreshadowing, or not so subtle, maybe relating to Otsutsuki Shibai, maybe, you never know. So there's that. One thing I definitely liked about this chapter is, you know, the characters just being in character, like Shikamaru, and Kawaki themselves. You know, Shikamaru get like crossing all T's, dotting all I's, you know, checking if Akibi was actually somebody that they could potentially trust, or if she would be like a issue to Konoha if she's revived. So I definitely like that. So there's definitely that. Of course, there is the whole nice slice of life moments in the keeping up with the Uzumakis, with Boruto, you know, Kawaki, Damon, Eida. It has that kind of slice of life to it, but not too much that it's overwhelming for the chapter, I feel. Because with Kawaki keeping in character, in terms of him interacting with Eida in this chapter, it doesn't feel like, it feels like there's this nice balance between listen, stop confusing me, Kyle. So, it just feels like a nice balance, you know, like we didn't really get overpowered by the slice of life. Kawaki's a bit in character, asking the necessary questions, as you would expect, because of course Eida was allied with Code, so it's only natural that, you know, Kawaki being Kawaki would actually ask that. Still, you know, it's funny seeing Eida being all girly girl, and just the I would imagine the things we'd probably take for granted as the audience are just make fun of, like the fact that Boruto is 12 and she's 16, the fact that Kishimoto decided to do the whole, you know, actually talk about that. I think it's a nice touch, but given it's, you know, we're dealing with the whole romance aspect in those sections, I guess that's to be expected. So, yeah, boy. But that aside, I would say I kind of do like where they're going with the whole Sarada, Eida, Sumire dynamic. Mainly because it potentially, well, I've been saying for the longest while that it would be nice for Mitsuki and Sarada. It's time for them to get more spotlight, just to make the story feel more dynamic, not make it just centered around a certain set of characters. It's time they got something to do. And considering that Sumire has been one of those recurring characters within the manga, this is a nice way for her to actually be of use going forward, or get some nice spotlight, because we've seen before, manga wise at least, that when it comes on to matters of romance, quote unquote, or at least just being aware of her feelings, well, no, that's probably not true because she can't really admit it to Boruto, but yeah, at least when it comes on to that, she's more aware and I guess more knowledgeable than, say, Sarada. But they're still yeah, they're still underage. Madara's son or something, throw a wrench into the mix. Why? Maybe if we all vote for Madara in that top 99 Naruto characters, we can have Kishimoto throw that into the mix and tie it into the Boruto story. So you never know. But I like how Sumire is actually showcased in this chapter. Just, and the fact that they have like the whole not mind transfer, but they have that whole telepathic link going on for this mission. I like it. It's very, how should I say, ninja like I suppose. And this interesting tidbit, this whole cliffhanger, that additional breadcrumb when it comes down to the chapter where, of course, Sarada and Sumire aren't affected by Eida's ability, and Momoshiki seemingly has found the source of her powers. So it's like, a little mystery, building there, which probably we won't explore for probably a few chapters, maybe. We won't probably get the entire set of details. Yeah, man, lots of people like Sarada. Honestly, she's pretty cool. I like, especially like I think persons who didn't like Sasuke tend to really like Sarada. So it's one of those things, I suppose. But I found like even some of these panels kind of cute with Eida, just like visually speaking. Like even this panel here. Let me just take this off. Like her just the way it's drawn, it just has this like innocent but curious look of like, I wonder what this person is thinking about thinks about what I'm saying, or especially since Sarada is like taking a while to respond here and things. So yeah, but it has me curious in terms of how this quote unquote friendship is going to turn out. Hold on. Yeah, that. And of course, Shikamaru strategizing for the future already, which is very in character. It's also fun that Boruto and Damon are playing Pokemon basically. Hold on. Well, and of course the big cliffhanger. Kawaki finally confronting Momoshiki. Well, about to, it seems, because of course, similar to Sasuke, well, even more so than Sasuke, he was the only other character that like visually saw Momoshiki. So this is just basically the payoff to that moment that we had about 2 or 3 chapters ago. But all in all, compared to last year, I know last year the final chapter for last year was like super hype and thing, but I think this chapter to end of 2022 is still within the realms of, yeah, this was a solid one. So it was McLaughlin with another powerful clan, so turn out well. Wait, William, well on. We here, boy, we here. I was saying it's a pretty solid chapter. Nice way to end off 2022. I don't really have much, if any, complaints about it. The only thing I could probably just nitpick about is, maybe Sarada, like, maybe in terms of how she was approaching the whole conversation with Eida, as the more, I guess, mature. But then again, considering that she's not really the lovey-dovey, type and all of that, maybe it's within character for her to just be oblivious and just, as she said, thinks it's stupid. So yeah, so I guess, yeah, so I won't even nitpick about that really. So I would say enough mystery to hold us over until that first chapter of 2023. Most characters are, within their in character for this chapter. Love the slice of life. It's balanced with the characters actually being in character. I love how they're setting up things with Sumire and Sarada, but to potentially have some major roles in regards to uh the one of the current major quote unquote antagonists, and seeing how that could potentially, blow up when it comes on to the future. And not just in like, oh, we're just using you, but more along the lines of it could set up them genuinely becoming friends and genuinely falling out. So it's kind of like a way to get us emotionally invested. And then when it potentially, or when it does blow up, it's like, okay, we can get some payoff as the audience. I think you have to be in love with an Otsutsuki to not be affected by her ability. Oh, I see what you're saying, Andrew. That isn't a bad theory. And considering that most persons would think that, well, I guess you could safely conclude that Sumire and, Sarada may be in love with Boruto. Well, Sumire definitely. And, probably on a more subtle level, Sarada. Yeah, that actually doesn't sound too bad. I could actually subscribe to that theory. But I mean, what do you guys think about this chapter though? Because I thought it was solid. Not much complaints. It just feels balanced to me. Like, I mean, compared to, like, say, chapter 70... Alright, not even compared, but it feels like we're still making progress. It didn't feel like we went at any snail pace or anything. Well, as per usual, when it comes down to these reactions, I will, at the very least, hit Discord. Yes, sir. Time since 10:53. Actually, need to iron a shirt for work tomorrow. Alright. Join voice. We're here talking about the chapter in the Discord server. Of course, links in your description. Naturally. I want to hear your thoughts about the chapter. I wonder if I allow camera. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna work since I'm already in OBS. Yeah. Alright, so we're here on Discord for the persons who wanna probably come on. Just, give your thoughts. Short discussion in terms of the chapter before we end off the stream. 8 out of 10? Yeah, I think that's fair. As with me, I'm always establishing the lowest point. I don't think I'd go lower than a 7. Easily a decent chapter. And oh, wait, Andrew.
Yeah.
All gone.
I would just say it's a 8 out of 10 chapter still.
Yeah, definitely solid. Can't really complain too much,
Yeah, you can't complain because I see that they kind of just focusing on Eida's ability and how is Sumire and Sarada not affected by it. So it's like, and you notice that I don't know, but like something going on in the background because Shikamaru is trying to get through to someone and not getting through to them.
Oh, so I actually, I read it, but the way you're taking notice of it, like it just clicked to me. Hold on, let me go back to it. I feel better than anyone else. That's no, I haven't gone too far. Yes, I lost page. Eida. Where is it? He was talking to that guard that was guarding Boruto and Kawaki at one point. Not true.
Yeah, I think it's when this like when Ada says something like, "Oh, she's tired." I think I don't know if it's that part or there, I should say.
Oh yeah, Mr.
Right there, I
Yeah,
think.
Mr. You know, where the master team in them are reporting late, and then the way that well, I guess all the speech bubbles are kind of drawn that way. Because I was gonna say that the way that the speech bubble is drawn that says like Mr. Shikamaru probably might have been drawn that way to highlight that yo, there's something going on. But I realized that all the telepathic speech bubbles are drawn that way. But more than likely, that means that Code is already on the move. More than likely, I think that's the only conclusion I could take from that.
Because why would they? Why would they just put
Reporting
that
late.
right in?
Yeah.
Yeah, why? So I think Code is already making his move.
Which is
Probably next chapter we get.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good because I think the way things are set now, like that would be a nice, I guess, a welcome distraction from us like exploring more on like say Eida and her ability and what Momoshiki knows and thing. Like so as we go on, it seems like we're gonna have like the multiple story threads or multiple like plot points going, which Kishimoto might hold off on like fully explaining, but at the same time, piercing wise, at least the story is moving forward like pretty, quickly all the same with action and everything.
There are three things in the next chapter I'm looking forward to.
Definitely.
What's going on
Mm-hmm.
right now between them reporting late? Then you have the Momoshiki say, "Oh, I got it. I know who it's related to, or how
Yeah.
because we make it sound like it's not Shiba, it's from. It was what I saying like he said, oh,
Yeah.
make it sound like it's not related to Shiba.
Yeah, more
So
than
probably
likely not.
maybe.
But all in
And
all,
third is Kawaki and Momoshiki.
yo, that is going to be a very interesting convo, honestly. Especially since Momoshiki has already said, like, yo, me not really want to deal with Kawaki again. So that's going to be interesting.
And you remember what he said too? Oh, if there's danger, I'm going to take you out or just actually basically run away. Or probably Kishimoto probably don't do anything much with it and just like Kawaki kind of just bring it up and say, him being on edge.
Yeah.
And both kind of just shrug it off and say, yeah, it's not like that. And then they just leave it at that. Who knows? I don't know where they're going with that part.
No. I guess we'll see. But as you said, between Code, Kawaki, and Momoshiki, and I guess Aida's ability, we have a few things to look forward to for the next few chapters, which I'm kind of glad this chapter kind of established, to say the least.
It does have different things to look forward to, like points, as you said.
Which I think is the best way to handle this whole, obviously,
it's like
the whole monthly monthly situation. There have been chapters where people say, yo, this kind of feels slow, but when you're kind of just throwing multiple things to look forward to, and maybe
yeah, continue.
No, I was just saying, like, when you're throwing like multiple things to look forward to, and then you kind of write the story in such a way where, like, say for example, next chapter, we probably only partially touch upon the Ida thing, and then cut it short, then you touch upon the next thing. It kind of keeps us engaged, so the chapter don't really feel like a waste of time.
Yeah, and the thing is, what I was going to say, I forgot.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the thing is, the thing is like the different things that going on because when Boruto ready, it's slow, and then you just have this chapter is like it move really fast and give you a lot of information, and then bam,
Yeah.
and then it's slow down. But remember that is like before Ishiki came into Konoha looking for Kawaki. Before that, there was a lot of information we getting from Amado here saying
Yeah.
about Uchiha and so it's like a lot of information in one chapter and then slow down. But you're looking forward to a lot of things later.
Yeah. But at least the Kashin Koji fight was sprinkled throughout that that like lore dump essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's at the very least, you know. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
but not so bad, I
But
suppose.
the thing is, you remember I put in chat a while ago about you have to be in love with a Otsutsuki before so you can't get affected by it.
Yeah, and I think
We
that's
know
a
about
really good theory, dog. Honestly.
we know about Sumire and Sada is kind of iffy. She don't give people a clear answer when asked about it.
True.
Just shrug it off and act embarrassed and then just leave it at that. So I think you have to not get a clear look on her because Shikamaru didn't. Not Shikamaru, Shikadai didn't.
Yeah, I know he's under her control. Well, not really, but affected by her ability. No.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So
Yeah, yeah, man, I hear you.
I think I think it's that though. I think you have to be in love with Ao Suzuki before, or so you don't get enchanted. I'm sticking with that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, there's no other like I can't really think of anything else. So I
Oh wait,
like
wait.
like the
This
only
one, this one is with Nue. Remember that Nue is kind of related to Kaguya,
wasn't it a
and
case of them using Hashirama cells for Nue?
yeah, but isn't it like a Kaguya jutsu?
Um, was that the case?
Sasuke said it. Yeah, Sasuke said it is like, oh, Danzo was this close to Kaguya's jutsu.
Hmm. Man, I forgot to
So
look back
because it
on
was
that.
in so
Definitely I forgot to look back on that, bro. Honestly. Um, hold on there. The only other thing I could potentially think about now is the fact that um probably since Sarada is a like technically she is a descendant of Anna Otsutsuki, and then Sumire, maybe this whole interaction experimentation with Nue, she has Hashirama cells, maybe, of course Hashirama is a descendant of Otsutsuki. So if I'm stretching it, that's the only other thing I could really think of, really. So yeah, but I mean, like for the final chapter of this year, like what do you think? Like, you think it's a suitable way? Because last year, I think the final chapter we were getting like a Borushiki versus Kud, and it was very very hype.
I mean they left us on a cliffhanger still, yeah.
True.
But this after they kind of leave us on a cliffhanger, so I mean,
Yeah, so I can't really
and I just
complain.
there's too much going on in these little drops they put in there, and it's like what they're trying to insinuate here, what they're doing right here. So it's like, oh, why are they reporting late? And then Kawaki is starting to talk to him. This feel like it just leading up to an end game. It's like
Yeah,
all these different. if they clash together, that's endgame for like before they go into time skip.
Yeah, because alright, I was saying in funny enough, I streamed super early this morning. I was saying that this is the start of volume 20, and I mean, we basically get 3 volumes for the year, and
Mm.
given the flash, given the flash of the future that Boruto has, and everything that it might entail, and what that we're getting now, like 3 volumes right now should take us to about chapter, I don't know what. Let me see. This is 76, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. Alright, so honestly, after these 3 volumes are done, I honestly see it being the case that Jump Festa next year this time, they will like
Mm.
100% confirm that the time skip will be like a 2024 thing. Like probably
You
like
think so?
early, like that's what 12 chapters. I'm not saying like early
Yeah.
2024, but they'll
If
definitely
they
have
don't
like
take,
a. That's just my estimation at least.
yeah, if they don't take any breaks, that's 12 chapters. But well, as I say, I think this can be done in 3 chapters.
As
If it's going the way I think it is going right now.
yeah, William.
Because
All right, yeah, continue, Andrew. Go
oh,
for it, William.
Kawaki is start going if Momoshiki actually come out and talk to Kawaki, or Kawaki try to fight Boruto, then you would have which part this or the other part is what's going on in the background. Is code attacking? What's going on? So these two things are like potential. Oh, this is the end of uh this part of the story. We end into the time skip. If it's the same slow pacing, well, you're not going to do until probably year time, as I say.
Yeah, because the reason why I say that now is that obviously we're building up to the actual, future that we got that we saw Boruto saw in the last chapter. We're building up to it, and then we're gonna have to whether there's going to be fights going on, or well, then again, fighting the Boruto manga don't really take too long. Like probably a
Yeah.
2.5 chapters, but we'll still have to when we get to that moment, we'll still have to explore the fights in the moment and then the immediate fallout. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe 3 volumes, 12 chapters isn't a bad estimation. And then for like Jump Festa 2024, because they always put it a year ahead of when it's actually airing, they'll definitely say, okay, maybe this point in 2024, we can say, yo, we're doing the time skip or whatever the case may be. Because the reason why I say that, when it comes on to 2023 anime wise, we have Sasuke Retsuden, and I don't know how long they plan to make the anime adaptation, but they plan to do the Code arc, which by my estimation should be like chapter 56 to about maybe 71, give or take. And
Yeah, that's about this February the code are coming out.
exactly. So Code arc, considering that's what 50, if I say chapter 56 to 71, that's what 15 chapters. Basically, I call it 4 months. Like if you did like 1 chapter per episode, and then they're more like gonna expand on stuff. So you could probably even put it to say 5 months. Worst case,
The
six
thing
months. So,
the thing is
mm-hmm.
chapters coming out now probably get adapted in the anime because the same thing they did with the art the canon art that went by other day. They did recent chapters too.
As in,
Because like you remember when they found out like about code mark. It wasn't too long ago. It was like the same year that chapter came out, or early that year.
Hmm.
I might be wrong. I'm not sure.
Double check that. But like when it comes down to like chapter, I mean I could be wrong, but in terms of these current chapters, I don't see them like covering chapter like beyond say this chapter for 2023 anime wise. As I said, like code art might be like a 5-6 month type of deal if I'm estimating it right. And then if Sasuke Retsuden is in January, and then probably after all of that they might do like some type of canon Boruto canon episodes going up to the end of the year, like another original arc. Then really and truly, by time 2023 end of that, anime wise, if they wanted to like take a break and then say, yo, manga, time skip, and then just remarket the anime, then they could do that. But William, I want to hear what you want to do.
Yo, good night, Sanjay. Good night, Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully, December was good for you guys, and the holidays. Yeah. Even if you do the end of month stream, it would be after Christmas. So hopefully, you guys have a good holidays, just in case.
Yeah, definitely. December has been pretty hectic. Not gonna lie though.
But for me, I like the chapter. It was a good chapter.
Yeah.
Honestly, as I checked out another reviewer, and as he said, I think I'm gonna try and avoid the whole spoiler thing for a while. Because like when the spoilers came out, people were saying, "Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a slice of life," blah blah blah.
Bro,
Why they don't leave this for the anime to do? And after you read the chapter, it's obvious they couldn't leave this to the anime. It makes sense why it's in the manga with all the things that happened.
Yeah.
And then if you left it for the anime, people would just complain and say, "Oh, it's anime canon, blah blah blah." Filler. So honestly, the authors should just do what they have to do. Yeah. But I like the chapter. It was a good chapter. And I came late, so I didn't really get. Other than you, I heard you said you liked it or it was good. I didn't really. What did you guys think about it?
I thought it was a solid chapter, bro. Like, there's so many little aspects that when you break it down, you can say, yeah, man, this was a solid one. A nice way to end off the year. Like, overall, I think it was balanced because, yeah, probably, I didn't really check out the spoilers. I glimpsed like a one panel, but I didn't really read anything or anything like that. Between the Sarada thing and, like, Kawaki potentially confronting Momoshiki, there wasn't anything else I, like, read or anything. But between like the quote unquote slice of life that we got, I think it was balanced with the characters like Kawaki and Shikamaru just being in character. Like them being the way they were and asking the relevant questions and setting up potential tension and everything. I think it balanced things out. And then they gave us enough like narrative threads between, Eida's ability not working on Sumire and Sarada. And, Momoshiki, Kawaki confronting Momoshiki. Momoshiki, getting some clue about the source of Eida's abilities or where it came from. And, as Andrew pointed out, potentially code in the background, and Sumire and Sarada being set up as, getting more spotlight between, this quote unquote friendship with Eida. So there's so many different things I think the chapter kind of was juggling that it was really engaging for me.
Well, yeah. For me, basically same thing because, as you said, when you really pay attention, a good bit actually happened in the chapter. The whole like maybe a promising friendship between Sarada, Sumire, and Eida. Actual genuine friendship. But I was also like, remember, Eida's ability, love, and all of that when its effect on people could be different individual to individual, because for some, if you notice, they go head over heels totally.
Yeah.
Others are more subdued. It all everyone doesn't just go totally like crazy. Because I'm guessing like it's based on like everybody reacts to love differently. So
Yeah.
Sarada and Sumire are thinking they might not be affected. And
Mm-hmm.
they might not be totally, or at least one of them might not be. And to me, that would be Sumire. It would make more sense to be Sumire
Mm-hmm.
because of the whole new way connection and everything with her.
Yeah.
Um, so I was like, maybe they think they're not being affected, but maybe they are, and it's just like how they react towards love and all of that, why they think they're not being affected.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I kind of had that theory, if you would call it a theory, because yeah, they might be like, oh, we're not affected, but then Ada, something could happen to Ada. Ada could ask them to do something, and they would do it, and all the time they were actually being affected. But based on how they
Yeah.
respond to love, they might think they're not being. Um, and I'm guessing the thing Andrew was talking about with code in the background is the thing with Team E.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about Team E is not responding, which more than likely is code making his move. Um, so maybe we'll see what happens with that next chapter in February. Because I believe next chapter is mainly gonna be Force, like Kawaki talking to Momoshiki.
Yeah.
And now that's gonna be interesting because is he gonna ask him about like what the Otsutsuki whole thing is about? Why they're doing this? Are there more which there should be? Are they gonna be coming? What's Momoshiki's goal? Um Kawaki now is basically following in the footsteps of Granola from Dragon Ball Super.
uh,
Um you gotta take out the aliens, take out the Otsutsuki. And yeah, him coming to that realization too also in the manga, in the chapter that all of this stuff that is happening is mainly because of the Otsutsuki. Even the way the wall is now is because of them. Be
yeah.
Madara, all of that couldn't have happened jutsu without the Otsutsuki. And him saying they are his ultimate enemies. So it's good getting that. Boruto right now has just been kind of reactionary to everything, which is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Like things are happening around him and to him, so he has to react to it. While in the anime, you get more in depth, really,
Mm-hmm.
than in the manga. In all honesty, but that is just where the story is right now. He's mainly just reacting to what's going on. Um, and even you just said Momoshiki seemingly, so he had said he knows no Shinjutsu like that has to do with love, but maybe it's not anything having to do with love, and it's another Shinjutsu that deals with like mind control and whatever.
Yeah.
But because Ada has it and she's obsessed with love or wants love,
It kind of just
it's
manifests
it's
like that.
reacting like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's reacting like that. So more than likely it's a Shinjutsu like that or some Otsutsuki ability like that. But yeah, a good bit happened in the chapter. It was fun. It's fun. It was funny.
um,
Yeah.
I'll say one thing before I let Akil come in here. Because you bring up a good point in terms of it actually being a Shinjutsu, but due to how Ida is, it kind of just it manifests or is actually portrayed or activates a certain way because of how she is. But I feel like I want to tie that into what Kawaki was asking Amaru in terms of if reviving Akibi would be, if she would transform to some other Otsutsuki or some other Otsutsuki would come back. So maybe the source of what Ida's ability is might be tied to that potential foreshadowing of another Otsutsuki coming back through Amado's grand experiment here. Just food for thought.
Yeah, he was asking like if she would become Otsutsuki because as he is right now, he's basically viewing he has the Otsutsuki as his ultimate enemies.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't want there to be more Otsutsuki around. My thing with that though is before you go on to Akil, how would it go in the future? I'm wondering, from him being against the Otsutsuki, but then wanting to get rid of the shinobi. Like how the wall is right now with shinobi. Like, does he come to view it all as from the Otsutsuki, so it should all go? That is what I'm curious about.
That's another interesting way to actually think about it. I mean, possibly. Possibly. It's yet to be seen, though. But food for thought. Akil, how go on, man?
Good night.
Mm-hmm.
You guys hear me well?
Yeah, just kind of have just a bit,
That's it.
yeah.
Really?
Like when
You
you
hear
talk.
me better now?
Yeah, we're hearing you clearly now, but the static kind of comes with you talking. But I guess if it's like that, then fine. It's whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you guys hear me properly. I hear William talking about the chapter.
Yeah, man, we've been
And-
talking about Velcro well.
Yeah, I agree with William's points. About surrounding Kawaki, tying the shit with the Shinobi world to the Otsutsuki. Because really and truly, you know, the Shinobi world wouldn't have been the Shinobi world without the introduction of the Otsutsuki and the and chakra in and of itself to the earth
Yeah.
through Kaguya and then Kaguya sons. So I like where the story is going. Somebody in the chat, I was looking at the chat and somebody said that Amado is a tough character to read.
Man deserve the Grammys, bro.
I want to be very honest with you. He reminds me so much of Zeke.
Oh,
in
from Attack on Titan.
Yes. In terms of you wondering, like, you know, I personally think that Amado has a plan. But he revealed his plan was to bring back his daughter. But I think that there's some other agenda along with that.
Yeah.
Even though that's a grand plan, I think there's another agenda. You know, just like how Zeke's agenda was the euthanization of the Eldians.
Yeah.
You get me, I say? So, you know, I just think that Amado is not necessarily a good or a bad person, but his plans could have there could be a miscalculation to his plans.
And they do seem to be building to that. Yeah.
Yeah. As relates to Aida's ability now. As relates to Aida's ability, I think Aida reminds me so much of the young girl in Attack on Titans.
What, Ymir?
Ymir, yes, she reminds me so much of Ymir, and I'm wondering if it's a case where, and it would be so poetic if that's the case.
Yeah.
Where Amado, where Aida is a slave to love, and that she's a slave to love, and as I said before, it talks about mind control, and that is what is fueling, her charm abilities. Like, I would really be interested to know her backstory. I figure her backstory is probably going to be something very tragic. But I just think that it's a case where she's probably a slave to love.
Yeah.
And just as how Eren was able to reach out to Ymir and to let Ymir know that she's free and all them wonderful blood there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Boruto is gonna do the same for her.
And then rumble the world.
I don't see the word rumbling.
We have Young Lord in the chat saying, who's the other Otsutsuki who was on the board? One Shubai and the other. I mean, the thing is, we don't know. I mean, most persons, I imagine, would have already been asking the question of, who was Shubai's partner. because obviously it wasn't Kaguya. Well, based on how things are set up in the story, no, but we don't know. But who knows? That could tie into where Ida's ability actually comes from, maybe. And like I was saying, that could also tie into the possible miscalculation or things blowing up with Amado bringing back his daughter. Might bring back something else instead. Who knows?
Question: what do you guys think about this? Right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think it's gonna happen. I was about to say, if Cole does become an Otsutsuki, one way or the other, and becomes immune to her ability, maybe fusing with the Ten Tails might do it. And he realized he does not actually have feelings for Ada, and then he kills her. Like, ever since that was like put in the story, I've always had that thought like that might happen.
No, I don't think he's going to kill her. As I said before, the thing is, I know the thing is a possibility that Ida is going to die. Well, strong possibility that she's going to die. I just don't think. I don't think Code. I don't think, for me personally, I'm not gonna say I don't think, because Kishimoto is very, very strange. But I wouldn't want Code to kill her. I think it would be more dramatic if I think it would be more dramatic if it's Kawaki. Or if somebody else kills her, they do it in front of somebody who like she did it in defense of somebody whom she loved.
Yeah.
And who loved her back.
Like right now at least, I don't mind if she eventually dies. My mindset right now is, at the very least, when it comes on to like Sumire and Sarada, whatever development, growth, or engagements we can have with those characters through reading, as long as we can fully realize that through their interactions with Eida before she dies, that's what matters to me right now, until I get more invested in Eida as a character.
And I think about is that I personally think that the stage is being set for. Persons are saying that it could be a battle between her, Sarada, and Sumire. But I also think that the anime also foreshadowed Sumire understanding Aida's situation. Not the anime, the manga foreshadowed it when Sumire said that it must have been hard for her having this charm ability and not having somebody to love and so forth. And I think because of that statement, I think that's why she called Sumire to come in to come into the house. Also, I think that she knows that Sarada doesn't have an effect on that. Her abilities don't have an effect on Sarada. I think she knows. Yeah, I think she knows. I think she knows.
You think she knows?
I think she knows. I think as I said before, the thing with her Senrigan is that Senrigan can see things in the past. Her Senrigan can see things in the past, as I said before. And I think, and if you notice, look back at the manga panel, the chapter 75, when she landed and Sarada and Mitsuki and all them were looking at them when she landed, she literally turned towards their direction. And that is how everybody was able to get to look at her, look at her eyes. I think she knows that Sarada has some level of resistance towards her ability.
And probably she just doesn't say anything because she's actually happy about it.
Yes, I also think that Aida's ability could actually be a genjutsu. Like it's it's a senjutsu, but it's like a senjutsu genjutsu. I don't know how to say it any properly. Like
I was thinking that like maybe an advanced jutsu, not a shinjutsu, just an advanced jutsu, genjutsu, yeah. Because remember Kaguya, well, in the anime at least, she could control the minds of the pure normal humans and erase their memories and all of that. I'm not sure if we've seen that with other Otsutsuki. Not
I
really.
doubt it.
No.
Highly doubt
Oh
it.
wait, Toneri, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Can do it
he
as
could
well.
control Hinata, right? That was the case.
Yeah. So yeah, it could be she just got Shiba, a version of Shiba's advanced genjutsu. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. But yeah, I said before, Sarada. I think Sarada also understands because of her relation, the love that she have for her father, and her father being so absent for most of her childhood, and the fact that it's the love for her father that caused her to grow in terms of her Sharingan. I think as well, like the two backstories, like the backstory of Sarada and the backstory of Sumire, I think it allows for Eida to something for them to relate more to Eida. That's what I think when I saw it. Another thing I want to say is that I think a lot of people are saying that 70 normally when it's the 11s, people bodies drop. So I think it was I don't know if it was chapter 11. I don't know. I heard like it was chapter 22. Ao died. Then chapter 33, Delta died. In chapter 44, Delta went to sleep. 55, Kurama died. 66, Boruto died. So they're saying that it's a possibility that her body is going to drop on 77. I actually think that the body that's going to drop is the sensory unit guy. They're going to find
him
his
dead.
body, yeah, and his team dead. That's what I think.
I mean, I could subscribe to that.
Yeah, it would make sense because everything is happening around the same time, right?
Yeah.
So Code, after he created the mini not Jinchuriki's 10 Tails, obviously, and unless he wanted to wait for some reason, he probably would have already made his move.
Yeah, true. But at the same time, remind me if or correct me if I'm wrong, but they had gotten rid of all of Code's claw marks from out of, Konoha and the Land of Fire, right? Which, if that's the case,
no,
that wasn't the case.
No, they didn't.
No, they well, Kawaki, I think they had him shrink the ones that they found, but there was still some, I believe, like they didn't know about or something.
Yeah, because I was just gonna think about it that way as an excuse for why, if things are happening at the same time, maybe that's why it took a while to come. But there is a matter of Eida as well.
And I don't think, another thing as well is I don't, and I said before, people are saying that they think it's Sage mode, Miski versus Kawaki, but I think that it could very well be Code. It could very well be Code when he said that you have
angered me
and so forth. But and then let me see something. And then when Chikadai, but then people are saying that what Chikadai said was that somebody wouldn't do that to a friend or something along the lines there.
Yeah. I mean, so many different possibilities, eh?
So many different possibilities. It's like this is typical Kishimoto.
I mean, it's really good. I'm not gonna lie, it's really good.
It is.
Honestly, 2023 looking really good.
Man.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Because we're really at a stage right now, even with this chapter, right, where basically anything can happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really too predictable because, okay, next chapter, Momoshiki, Kawaki speak. Okay, that's what they left off with this chapter. Maybe some of the talking between the girls, but then probably for sure whatever is happening with Team E, which is probably Code. And other than that, we really like anything could happen.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you guys, in line with that setup for chapter 77, do you guys think it would be nice to actually hear that, oh, we're reporting that, I don't know, the Sand Village was actually destroyed or by Code or something, just to kind
No,
of.
but you wouldn't have any incentives for
I
for
know,
attacking the sun.
but I'm just just throwing it out there.
I wouldn't see the need for him to attack the Sun Village. That's the thing. It would be out of would have been it wouldn't it wouldn't add up.
Alright, fair enough.
It's
Yeah,
not
like even as a distraction, it wouldn't make sense because even with the advanced transportation tech they have with trains and stuff and all of that, it would still take a while to get to the Sand Village or Song Village or any village. So it wouldn't make sense as a distraction. What I think would happen is he probably has a clamark somewhere a good bit from the elite village. But like and so he would just open it,
Yeah.
come out, and then make his way. Why it took so long after the last we saw him for him to just make his move towards the village and attack with the gentry, the Ten Tails guys. And once he's basically at the boundary of the village, then he could make claw marks and send them all over the village and cause destruction like pain.
Yeah.
Honestly, that might be what's gonna happen here. We get a pain like invasion instead of like how Ishiki came and he was more focused. Code
Yeah.
is probably gonna send his guys all throughout the village to cause mass destruction.
Yeah,
But
makes
then my
sense.
but then my thing but then my thing is that and that's why I said that Amado and Kawaki are giving me Zeke and Eren type of vibes in terms of their relationship with each other. That's why I think I think the two of them, I think what's gonna happen is that the two of them are gonna work together. However, Amado has his plan and Kawaki has his plan. So I think time skip wise, but I think personally, because the thing about it is that I think, alright, this is what I think is gonna happen. I have a strong feeling that you guys said that the destruction happened and you have the battle against Code. What I think is gonna happen is that I think Code and Amado are going to escape. And the thing about it is that Amado's relationship with Kawaki is going to be mutualistic. So Amado is going to, Kawaki is going to rely on Amado to keep his maintenance for maintenance purposes and also for his to ensure that his body is maintained properly. Because I think that's going to be his means of getting stronger outside of the shinobi world. That's what I think.
Honestly, I believe Code might get taken out before the time skip.
I don't think he's going to get taken out,
No, I think he can attack Konar right now because Damien is there.
But
And
I
Ada is
mean,
there, so and probably just figure out where Code is. I think it's too dumb for him to attack Konar right now with Boruto, Kawaki,
no, but
Damien.
I mean, not necessarily. No, I mean, Corey could have some elaborate plan to just remove Damon from the battlefield more than likely. So, transport him to the Arctic or something.
Yeah,
I
and the
mean,
thing about it, I remember enough Code has an army with him. And we saw before, and we saw it before, where literally Code literally could have just dragged Damon out, drag Damien out of nowhere and into a different place when in the battle between the first battle between him and Kawaki.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, as I'm
I
saying,
mean, because
he just needs to remove him from the field. He could just create like a
no,
distraction
because
and let when Damon's guards don't remove him.
He doesn't have to do it. The clone can actually do it.
True.
yeah. Because remember when he first met Damon, he tried to use the claw marks and put them on him, but that didn't work. But then the time you explain is when he had it on Eida, and then he just grabbed him with his hand. He had no negative intent towards him, and he just pulled him through.
Exactly.
So yeah, I guess he could just do something like that and basically put him somewhere far away and remove him from the battlefield.
Pretty much.
Let me give you a thought. You think this thing about Kawaki saying, "Oh, the age of Shinobi is over"? You think he's like, "Oh," because he said that is the Otsutsuki cause all of this and so. So you think that he's going to get rid of chakra overall? That's why I said that the age of Shinobi is over. I think he's just
I mean,
like,
yeah.
oh,
I mean, William
get
and
rid of
Ting, they were basically thinking along that lines, given his goal and the fact that the current Shinobi world is because of the Otsutsuki. So, I mean, William and Akil were basically thinking along those lines during this discussion already.
But I also want to add to it as well. Could it be that in his conversation with Momoshiki through Boruto, could it be that Momoshiki literally tell him that there are more Otsutsukis out there and that they are coming?
I think
like that happened.
I think that could happen. William was mentioning it, and I think it would be a good time for probably at least like a quarter, or maybe even a quarter is too much, but probably a decent amount of the chapter should have like a nice lore dump from Momoshiki. Given that Kawaki has like this goal with the Otsutsuki now in mind, and Momoshiki doesn't really want to deal with Kawaki, but but yeah, I think it'd be a good time to get info like that.
And maybe it is. I think maybe it's his. Maybe that battle between him and Boruto. Maybe he was doing things in his way, trying to save humanity from the Otsutsuki, and that's why he said that the age of Shinobi is over. That's another thought as well.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it in terms of saving humanity. I mean, I always reference that video I did from last year where I kind of just dissected that. Yeah, he's not evil. He's just doing things his way, and it might just be morally gray. So yeah, but one, maybe you could reason that like he's thinking as long as chakra and everything is on this planet, Otsutsuki will continue to come. So let me just forcibly get rid of it. Something along the lines of that.
That can happen as well.
Yeah.
I don't think that would stop them though, because remember before Kaguya them came, there was no chakra.
True.
It was just nature energy.
Yeah. All right. Fair point.
So I think he's gonna want to totally get rid of the Otsutsuki themselves. That is why I was saying like the granola. He would want to eventually get rid of all of them.
Yeah.
And I doubt Boruto would be in support of that.
Alright, fair point.
Because to me, they eventually should get to a point where because all Otsutsuki can't be like that. Because Kaguya herself is an example.
Yeah.
And look on this too, because you think Boruto is going to like get some of Momoshiki's memory, or not get, but Momoshiki probably kind of reflecting on things in the past, and Boruto can on that. So it's like Boruto developed this kind of sympathy towards Momoshiki, not wanting to get rid of the old.
Not sympathy, but understanding.
Yeah, I empathize.
More along the lines of understanding.
We have Young Lord saying Damon is faster than Code. How Code gonna catch Damon? That's what they were saying. He doesn't necessarily have to do it himself, and it could be a situation that Damon's off guard and he just removes him from the battlefield. So yeah, that could be the case. Of course.
Hell, Damon could be fighting like one of the, as you were saying, one of the ten tails. Code creates a clammark, sends his hand through, grabs Damon, no intent to kill or hurt him, pulls him through the ten tails, and sends him into another clammark on another planet or wherever.
It's GG. It done.
I
But
don't know. The thing is about Code too. You notice that the same team, they're part of the sensory
give me a
unit.
sec, guys. You can go on time. Malcolm them.
That is smart for him to take out that team first, because they're part of the sensory unit. So I think it's really smart for him to do that too.
Well, they are the ones who are outside the village too, looking and making sure if anything. So they would have to be the first ones.
I just like that part, that little part they put in it. I don't know why, but I just like that part. Like, oh, something's actually happening out there. But while all this kind of thing going on right now, but they're just little by little, they're just poking here and there. Something is going on. But they're not really making that the main focus. You get what I'm saying?
But the thing about is that and the thing about is that is that oh my goodness, bodies are gonna drop in 2023. I just remember the fact that I think Shikamaru is gonna die. I think Shikamaru is gonna.
Shikamaru is going to die. I think somebody close to Shikamaru is going to die, like Shika died.
No man, I think Shikamaru is gonna die because he has been too central to the. He has been too central to the story ever since.
Because I think Amado is something their rival. Shikada is Shikamaru's rival. Like Shikamaru.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, I get what you're saying about Amado being Shikamaru's rival, but me not take it likely when Code said no Shikamaru Depan is kill is hit list. Like I think Shikamaru, the thing about is that the thing with Kishimoto is that Kishimoto not going to just put a character on a cover of a manga and something significant about that character is not going to happen anytime soon.
Wait, you're talking about that from the perspective of him just having like a cover page?
Yeah, man.
I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough reason to say that. Not that I said something might not happen to Shikamaru.
I think that his influence in the story, his influence in the story has been so great in recent times. I remember, in Kishi's words, Kishi said that like somebody like Kakashi will be influential in Boruto's story. And what way for Kakashi to be integrated into as a main character into the Boruto story if Shikamaru dies?
Oh yes, that's true. So you have a point.
Yeah, I think Shikamaru is on death watch for 2023.
So it's like if Shikamaru dies, Kashi takes Shikamaru's place as like advisor and so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because Code is not going to pull any punches. He's just on site. Everything's going to be on site. As it feels.
And he's going to want to take out the brains out of everything.
Because he took out this one of, I think, probably take out one of the sensory team. So that's the first thing. They can sense you. Alright, you can get a little closer to. So I think, yeah, They have a point.
I mean,
I think
to be honest, when Boruto started, Kishimoto did say that, in terms of the old generation, like, everybody's free to die, basically. So that alone should tell you. And I mean, if we're going to have some like major, I guess, emotional, quote unquote, emotional impact, I mean, Shikamaru has been a nice recurring character to, in the manga at this point. So it would
I
be.
think it's going to be like a L moment, like a light Yagami and L moment with Amado. If Shikamaru is dying, he found out like, oh, Amado was lying. Because even though I don't trust him,
That's a nice picture.
because how all of that about your daughter, you're telling me you know everything about Naruto Uzumaki, the Hokage. You're telling me you could tell him that story and he would rock with that and say, oh, all right, fine.
but no, but what Amado said was a very human response. It was none of your business. It
But
was a very human
even
response.
that the fate of the world hanged into balance at that moment. You could tell him that?
It was none of your business.
Even if you, I mean,
But no, but then Naruto's response was, and that's the thing with Naruto's response. That's the thing with Naruto as a Hokage. Anyhow, I'm telling you, like Naruto, that's Naruto's weakness as a Hokage. First of all, of course, it's Naruto's business because guess what? You are messing with my son. Even if Kawaki is not his birth son, right? Kawaki is still his adopted son, and you literally place back karma on Kawaki for the sake of raising your daughter back to life. Of course, it's my business.
I think that title of son is kind of hanging into balance since.
It's a quote unquote.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
kind of because Kawaki kind
is,
of doing it, Boruto. After
and
that
that,
is like, yeah.
and that is true. And I think that what that's and the fact that Naruto responded the way he did, I think that was very naive of him because you're the Hokage. Amado can't do things behind your back, and even if it's not something that has direct link to the village or anything, you still place a karma on Boruto behind our backs for a purpose, for a purpose that is probably purely your own intentions. Of course, it's our business. Of course, we needed to know that information. So even then, I think that, and I agree with the person who in the comment section, Amado is just so hard to read, and that's why when I think of Amado, I think of Zeke in Attack on Titan.
Yeah, true. But I like what Andrew was saying in terms of things might end up being like a light and L moment between Amado and Shikamaru. I think that would actually be a interesting end
That's
for
why
Shikamaru.
I don't think he would die because I think Shikamaru should be the one to take down Amado. Or Amado is going to be the one to take down Shikamaru.
Yeah.
I mean, any other way, oh well, but I think that would be great to see the two of them duke it out. Like brain versus brain,
Yeah. Alright. Fair enough. Alright, guys. I am basically going to wrap up now. So, any final words?
They need to just make Boruto bi-weekly and stop stressing us out. They need to just make it bi-weekly. And yeah, it's getting to me.
Well, if they don't do it soon, a jump will go on a while. I don't think they're going to do it for now.
I think that's why they have the Sasuke manga and the Mirai manga bi-weekly, just to kind of hold you over until Boruto drops again. But
I know that the manga annex, I think the novel with Naruto is getting adapted.
Oh, really?
That is the one.
The
Him
one,
and
the Orochimaru one.
yeah, I think that's what is it because Sasuke, Sasuke's own suit because it's not a long thing.
Hmm.
And they're putting it in the anime already,
I
and
mean,
then they put something like, oh, this is going Naruto novel is going to be adapted to.
well, to be honest, as long as they're adapting the novels and they're adapting it right and properly, I have no problem. You guys always hear me say that, you know, just give us content we'd want to see while the manga builds up. So, yeah, this should be good. To be honest, they should have been
Yeah, that
adapting
is
the novels from earlier, but yeah, that's just me. Any final words, Andrew? What is that? Oh boy. Alright, fair enough. William? William?
William,
William didn't seem out step away for a bit or what?
I don't know. Hang on.
Yeah. Alright, I guess if him come back. But yeah, pretty solid chapter. No complaints. Well, minor are no complaints at all, really. I'm looking forward to Boruto 2023 manga wise. I'm gonna have to binge. I know I've been saying for months catching up with the Boruto anime, but I guess I'll have to binge over the holidays because when it comes on to doing like reaction reviews on Sundays again, especially with Sasuke, Retsuden, and the Code Arc starting up soon, I want to catch up and bring back Boruto anime reactions to the channel. Even though Gundam is going on Sundays as well, so it's kind of hectic. Jeez. So, yeah. But yo, guys, respect for coming out as per usual.
Come on, yeah, man.
Come on,
So, let me just end off the stream. I'll talk to you guys. Well, one way or another, leading up to the the end of month subscriber stream.
Wait, quick question.
Yeah.
Quick question. Can the end of month subscriber stream take place on the 29th?
The 29th.
No, not 29th. The 30th. Sorry, the 30th.
As long as it's not Christmas Eve, because as long as it's not
No,
New Year's
I mean-
Eve, rather.
Yeah, it's not. New Year's Eve would be the 31st.
So that you would want it on the, you said the 29th or the 30th, sorry.
I'm asking if you could do it on the 30th.
Which would be the Friday night, which I don't think I have any plans, because I'm not going to go back home again after Christmas for New Year's. Alright, so tentatively, if nothing like crazy comes up, that Friday night sounds good to me.
Okay.
Everything going to happen January, so anything crazy.
Alright, sounds like a plan,
All
peeps. No promises on making it 5 hours though. Yeah, that would be wild. I'll try catching up on all I need to, because I'm behind on Black Clover as well. So if you catch up on that.
Boring.
Yeah, I know. Alright guys, yo, respect. See you. William, are you back? William? Nah, still no.
I'm saying,
Alright, fair enough. Alright guys, we talk to now. Yeah, man. Well, that's pretty much it, people. Respect for coming out. This was longer than expected. I was trying to make this like an hour tops in terms between the reaction, my initial thoughts, and discussing it with the guys there. But it is what it is. Thanks for coming out. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz and blues. It's been a nice year for Boruto, manga wise. Some slow moments, but overall, it's been decent. Definitely not a bad series. But what can I say? I can't really convince the masses, can I? Anyway, Sanjay Uchiha here, people. I will see you in the next one.